Ashley. Yep, that's me.
And me. We haven't had any tunes in a while. We haven't had tunes all season.
What is it going to be?
Because YouTube won't allow us to have tunes.
Oh, that's what it was.
And so that's why I haven't been doing them.
Yeah.
But I realized that we could just block it out for YouTube and still give our audio listeners all of the things that we love. Yeah.
They love. The jazz playlist
Hitting.
was a big hit. You changed people's lives with that, Ash.
Definitely did. Definitely did.
Oh my God, I love this song. But not the first night.
I don't even remember where I was, but it came on and I was like, where's my phone? Where's my phone? There's like these, you guys have one here. You have a karaoke party here in LA.
Oh, really? I've never been.
Girl, it's so fun.
Really? When is it?
I think it's like Tuesday nights or Wednesday nights. I
Okay.
went the last time I was in LA. I've gone twice now. And it's basically, imagine like club setting. People have tables and sections. And like every, I don't know, let's call it 5 minutes or so, someone goes up and performs karaoke, but all the TVs all around the spot have the songs up.
Stop.
And you watch, you know, one or two people do their songs and the whole spot is just like singing and jamming. And that is one that I feel like could go off in the spot.
For sure.
And then my homie AG does this thing in New York called Girls Love Karaoke.
I want to go.
Similar vibes. The songs that go off are all of the most nostalgic songs.
Yeah, like my favorites, like SWV.
Correct.
Mary J. Real Love is my super go-to for karaoke.
Oh, this girl did this one. Hang on, you not ready for this.
Oh, come on. That she killed. And if she could sing too.
She killed. Shout out to, her name was Michaela. Shout out to Michaela because Michaela killed Whitney Houston. I have nothing.
Did she do like the things? Like, did she stomp towards the door?
No, because you know what it was? Is that it was already her second song. Like she had done one.
Oh, she was killing it.
And blew the crowd away.
What was her first one? Do you remember?
I can't remember because I have nothing sold the cake.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, hold on, Michaela, don't go nowhere yet. I got one I want to see if you can do.
And he did it.
And he dropped that. Baby, I
it?
was like, oh no, why is he doing this to her? That's crazy. And then she had the breath control. She had the breath control.
He could tell by the first one that she had it. She had the Whitney in her.
Man. And then there's a sneaky one that I now have been at 3 karaoke places that I would have never chosen.
Yeah.
Ever. But for some reason, people go wild for.
What is it?
Are you ready? This one goes off for some reason. Only thing that keeps me up.
Really?
And I'm like, wait, what? But then all of a sudden, when you know the words.
Yeah. And
it's hard to find another shorty like mine. Baby, yes, I'm addicted to how we kick it. You randomly know these words.
Yeah, you know what it was? Like my kids can learn a song like this.
Yes.
There was something about like when we were younger, you could learn a song and it stuck.
Somehow our brains still remember them.
It. Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know. And I'm telling you, the guy got up rapping this part and everyone was like,
oh, come on. Knowing like, all the whole rap is A1.
Bow Wow. But we're grown as hell. The Bow Wow still hit.
Yeah, for sure.
Keeps me up. Hey, when I'm feeling down. Everybody was doing their little like T-Pain dance.
Was this it?
No, New York.
Stop. Oh, this was at the same spot.
Yeah.
I want to go there the next time.
Yes, Wednesday nights for sure. You gotta check it out.
Did you hear they closed Highlight Room? So there's no Highlight Room Wednesdays in LA for all of those that really enjoyed that.
Did the Dream Hotel close?
I don't know. Like the headline was just that Highlight Room closed, and I didn't really like read into it.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe they're closing the roof or just not making it a club anymore or...
Yeah, it's interesting. I've had this conversation the other week with a friend of mine. We are actually too old to be at a weekly party.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of those weekly parties that were things that we did, they should just turn into a once a month thing.
Yeah, smart.
And it's totally doable for us at our age to be at a monthly event.
Yeah.
But not a weekly event.
No. Going out weekly at our age is diabolical, and you need to sit your ass down.
Please.
Like, please sit down.
But some people are still doing it.
It's gross, and I said it.
Well, oopsie.
Oopsies, who's doing it?
I'm gonna find out the details on the karaoke party in LA because it's a time. You actually would really enjoy it.
I saw a video of like Tank and Usher, but I was wondering, I figured that was in Atlanta.
Yes, so I know Ruggs recently did one at his spot.
I think that was the one.
So the one in New York is the one that Rihanna recently went to.
Oh, I saw the videos from that.
What's so crazy is I was in New York that Wednesday and he invited me out and I didn't go. But we did go for my birthday.
Yeah, and that was fun.
Mm-hmm. It was a good time. It's just like a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they do things in between, like musical chairs.
I don't want to ever play musical chairs.
Yeah, but like
childish.
imagine 4 girls with BBLs playing musical chairs.
No, I don't want to do that.
It's like their asses are like going against each other for a little ass stool. Yeah.
They might as well wrestle.
That's
like
basically what it turned into.
No,
it turned into a wrestling match.
I'm not doing that.
If
with
I had
anybody.
any feedback for you, AG, it would be cut the middle antics and like give us some good straight karaoke like the party in LA. I think
At
you would
least
kill.
not musical chairs, AG. Something else.
No, they did another one where like they had Fruit Loops. Not Fruit Loops, Fruit by the Foots.
Like they were playing baby shower games.
Yeah.
Essentially in the club. Oh no.
Yeah.
It's enough for me.
So they need to work on that part
But
of the
everything
programming.
else was amazing.
But the karaoke part of
Yeah.
of it is tons of fun and
Okay.
appropriate outing for people our age.
Okay.
Monthly AG.
I love that. You know, we should start talking about like what are appropriate outings. We need a list of Ashley and Ashley approved appropriate outings for people our age.
Well, the problem is that they only are eating.
No, like karaoke's good.
Pool. Do you play pool?
Yeah, like pool. That's what I was gonna say. A Top Golf night is enjoyable. You have that one thing. What was it?
We have pickleball rally. Yep.
That looked fun.
Yeah, in New York, we also have something called swingers. It's like mini golf.
Yes, we went there one time. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no,
I don't think we did.
we were in the bowling alley. Sorry.
Yeah.
But
But activities, I feel like are
a little more fun. And then I think the monthly club.
Yes, if you want to do a club thing once a month, maybe it's an R&B night.
Yes.
Approved.
But being out at the club on a random like Thursday night or something.
Every week.
Deathly.
Yeah, not it at all. Not it at all.
You're not going to age well. You need your sleep.
It's like you think you're maintaining your youth, but in fact,
You are going against what is really.
yeah, totally.
We sound old. I love that for us.
Listen, I'm here for the reality of my age.
Are you?
And the reality is that I'm not aging.
That's cutesy. Good one.
Except for on these videos, the last couple episodes.
That was
where
not nice.
we looked old.
It was the makeup. Oh.
I was just going to blame us.
But you know, I'm not going to take responsibility for looking old ever. So I had to blame someone else.
Yeah, I feel you. That's the only time you blame people. Mm-hmm. But anyways, babe, happy to be back.
Happy to be back in studio with you.
Yes.
Yes. Happy you're in LA. It's a quicker trip.
It was a quicker trip, but my quick trip meant taking Southwest Airlines.
Okay, so I believe Southwest is okay under 2 hours.
Cool. So I had a 45-minute flight to LA, and I was going to just book a normal flight to LAX. Ashley over here next to me was like, oh, you should book into Burbank, and I'll pick you up. Now, if you listen to the podcast, you know that an Uber from LAX to Ashley's house is easily $200.
Maybe more.
So when she tells me she's going to offer me a ride, I'm like, ooh, let me check it out.
Yeah.
However, the only option into Burbank was Southwest.
Yeah.
And let me preface this because this is going to come off very bougie.
Well, yeah.
I want to clear the record. I am certainly not bougie when it comes to anything else in my life other than travel.
Yeah.
I am not bougie when it comes to clothing, when it comes to shoes. I'm grown as hell and will shop at H&M, Aldo.
Yeah.
I am not bougie.
I would agree.
I'm not bougie when it comes to makeup products. I buy my cosmetics at the drugstore.
You're just bougie in travel.
That's it.
So hotels too.
Yes.
Yes.
Hotels.
Yeah.
And airlines.
Yes.
That is the only place in my life that I am bougie.
Yeah.
So give me grace in this conversation here.
Yeah.
I think that everybody is entitled to have their preferences and wherever they see fit.
Yes.
Travel is mine.
It's non-negotiables.
Yes. So in my whole life, I've never flown Southwest. And so
This was your first time flying
my
Southwest?
first time,
Oh,
Ashley.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that.
Yes.
Oh, I grew up on Southwest. Well, I guess because it's more of a West Coast thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I
okay.
don't usually take small trips. The only
Yeah.
thing I do moving in the Southwest would be LA to Vegas, which every airline flies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's my first time flying Southwest. And if I could choose one word in the entire dictionary to describe flying Southwest,
What? Yeah.
it's anxiety.
Okay.
Ashley, I had anxiety from top to bottom. So anxiety starts on the app.
Really?
Yes. The first thing that you tell me is to book my ticket and then upgrade to.
Early bird check-in. Yes.
So I booked the flight and there is no option to upgrade to early bird check-in.
Really?
Nowhere on the app. So instead, I have to set my alarm for 24 hours before check-in, 24 hours before my flight so that I could check in.
Okay.
So my flight was at 8:27 p.m. So I set my alarm for Monday at 8:27 p.m. In fact, I set my alarm for 8:20, 8:24, 8:26.
Yeah, you were like ready.
I cannot miss check-in because I
Yeah.
couldn't get this early bird option.
That's so weird.
So my alarm goes off at 8:25 and I'm like, okay, oh my God. And I'm like refreshing the app, like just
You didn't do business. You didn't.
So on this short leg, they didn't have, there's only one class. So 24 hours before, I have anxiety about the check-in. I'm on the app, just refreshing the app. It turns 8:27, which is exactly 24 hours before. And it's like, check-in is not available. And I'm like, oh my God, so I got to close out the app. I come back.
Is it 12?
I refresh. No, it just was like a few minutes behind the real clock.
Oh, okay.
So I get it. And I'm like, ooh, check-in. They give me B, whatever, B1 through
Everybody
15.
did early bird check-in.
And I'm like, no, there's got to be a way. So I'm like all over the app and I see upgrade. I click upgrade and for $36, I can be upgraded to group A.
Oh, nice.
So boom,
Done.
press the button,
Nailed
get
it.
upgraded to group
Yes.
A. I get my thing. It says A8.
Perfect. Wow. That is a great spot, Ash. Good job.
So for those of you that have not flown Southwest like me, Southwest is a free-for-all on seating.
Yeah.
You just get on the plane and pick your seats, but you board based on letter and number.
So the first group is A1 through 15, or that's what you call like the business selector. I guess that's their equivalent of like first class.
Yeah.
And then it's A1 through 60, and then B1 through 60, and then I think it even goes up to C.
Yeah.
But listen, if I have B, I can't. Like,
stressing.
I don't want to do it.
So you basically, if you're in the A group, you get on and you have your pick of seats. And if you're B, you have the less of selection of seats. And C, less as the letters get higher and the numbers get higher, the less options you have to pick your seat. You'll probably end up in the middle.
Yeah.
So my anxiety starts 24 hours before I even
can see
take
that.
my
That's
flight.
intense. That's like being on the sneakers app trying to get a sneaker.
And that's literally what I said to the two women that are around me.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't act like this for anything. The
Yeah.
idea that I am acting like this for an airplane seat on my phone,
Yeah.
refreshing is too much for me, number
Yeah.
one. So then boom. So then it's like, your bags fly free. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. But also because I have status on most airlines, I always pack my bag up to 70 pounds.
Yeah, that got me the other day. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what a 50-pound bag feels like. I couldn't even guess if my bag was 50 pounds. Now, I can hit 70 on the dot. I know
You
that
know
feeling.
it.
I know it. I'm like, oh no, this is
That's
69.
funny.
Like,
Yeah.
so I'm like, okay, well now I got to pack 2 bags because I
Yeah.
can't, I know I have more than 50 pounds, but I just have to spread it out, like
Yeah.
whatever. So I pack my bags, I spread it out, boom. Now, I also have anxiety around checking my bags because A, the bag weight, but also I don't have any status. So normally I go to like the premier check-in
Yeah.
or the whatever check-in, but I'm just a regular person on Southwest. So like, am I gonna have to get in the line? How
Yeah.
long is this line gonna be? How
Yeah.
long is it gonna take? And I'm like, stressing about that. Luckily, I get there. Nobody's there. It's super empty. It was
Yeah.
like the last flight of the night.
Yeah.
So cool. So then I am walking to my gate and I have anxiety around, do they serve food and drink on the plane?
Oh.
I don't even know what their service is like. So now I got to stop at the store.
Get a
That's
snack.
That's how I got those Joyride
Yeah.
candies. I got to get myself a Gatorade and a snack because I don't know what the service is like. So already I've had anxiety around booking the flight, anxiety around my bag, anxiety around getting to the airport, anxiety about like, I have just so many thoughts are overwhelming in my travel experience that it's normally like, pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, you don't
Traveling
even think
for me
twice
has
about it.
no thoughts.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, well, I know we're all going to be fighting for a seat. So when I get to the gate, even though I have 30 minutes, I just go stand by the podium.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what do I do? You know?
I could have helped you, Ash. You should have called me. I'm like a Southwest professional.
So I just sit down because nobody's standing. So I'm like sitting down, but I'm like ready as soon as they call me, like to like hop up. So they're like, we're going to board in 5 minutes. I like start getting up. I was like, oh, he said 5 minutes. So like, I sit back down.
Yeah.
Fine. We get up. They say, okay, we want Group A, stand up and go by your podium. So the first podium is A1 through 5. The next is 5 through 10. So I'm A8. So I go right to that second podium. But like also it's not enough space for 5 people to stand
At
in.
all. No, that's true.
Why don't they make the space in the podiums bigger?
I think just because they don't actually have the space, and it's just sort of like you kind of just like crowd it and then just fall in line. Yeah, but like some people are super uptight. Like if they have 4 and you have 5, they want to be in front of you. They'll be like, "Oh, what number are you?" And they'll be like 5, and they'll be like, "Okay, I'm 4." And then but like for me, I personally don't trip that hard. Like I'm just gonna get in my 1 through 5. You know, like it's 5 people. I'm fine.
I was in the second set and there was 4 people in front of me and this guy like goes to the front and like just stands at A1 and the lady's like, what number are you?
Yeah.
And he's like A2. She was like, oh yeah, I'm A1. She didn't make a move, but she was just like letting him know.
Like, I'll let you stand here, but honestly, that's my spot.
Yeah. And I just feel like with all due respect on any other air carrier, like we're all in first class and boarding first.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter whether you're in row 1 or row 2, like, but it matters to people on Southwest.
I know, and it's aggressive to me because it's like if you're 1 through 10, honestly, just relax. We're all gonna get a seat we want.
Well,
unless you wanted the bulkhead or you wanted exit row.
And that's what I noticed. So now we're boarding. And now I have the anxiety of when I step on the plane, it looks like a movie set. It doesn't even look like a real airplane, bro.
Really?
All the same seat, going straight back, all one color. There's no break for first class. Like it looked like a fake airplane. Nothing, no lighting, the window.
No, it's basic.
How you see on Instagram, like people like do those skits on airplanes. It looked like one of those planes. I was like, what? Is this plane even real?
And this is upgraded from what it used to be.
Really?
Because like now, did yours have leather seats?
They were all blue leather, but they were not like a United or American or Delta has like a navy blue.
No, it's like that weird, almost like the Ruffles bag blue.
Yeah, it's almost like a royal blue.
Yeah.
Like it looked fake. I mean,
yeah, that's funny.
It was like I was like, what?
So for me, first of all, I've been a Southwest traveler since, and I don't know, I'm probably aging myself, but for the old school Southwest travelers, Southwest used to have seats that faced each other.
What?
Yes.
Like a bus.
Yes.
My mom calls it the Greyhound of the sky.
There was like the back and the front. There was maybe like only a few. Most of the seats were normal, but then there were like a few where they faced each other. I believe it was the back. So I remember traveling in like middle school because we would always go to Oakland from Seattle. It's a quick flight, and they have a lot of flights there. And I can just remember like wanting to sit in that section.
Facing a stranger.
But it felt cool. Or like if I was with my volleyball team or something.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you remember that, you're like the old school Southwest traveler like me.
And then I realized as soon as I step on the plane, I'm like, oh shit, there's no economy plus or anything. These are all legit coach seats.
Yeah.
Every single one of these seats.
Except for exit row.
And sure enough, the 6 people in front of me, I'm wondering why they're not stopping.
Oh, they all went to exit row?
Bing! They shot to the exit rows.
See, that's unusual.
I mean, I got in row 5 and I stopped the earliest.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, more things I didn't know. Apparently in Burbank, you deplane
From the back.
so
and the
people
front.
shot to the back.
Yeah, because you can get off easy. I know.
Too
I know.
many things to think about,
I
Ashley.
know. I wish I could have helped you through this.
I know. I couldn't even take any more.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, you're just like, whatever.
So I sit down. I think the anxiety is gone. But then I realize you have anxiety now about who's going to sit next to you.
I hate that part. That is my one anxiety part. I would say that's what I get most anxious because it's like you just be looking at people like in the board. Like, I hope you don't sit by me.
You start looking at people in the worst ways.
Yeah.
So sure enough, sis next to me is like, don't want to call him a skinhead because I don't know his preferences, but full shaved head, tattooed from his head to his toes, piercings everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, sir, what made you choose me?
Choose me. Why'd you choose me, sir?
What made you choose me? You don't even like my kind. He looked at me, he's like, sat down, stuffed his backpack with all his patches on it, like, underneath the seat.
Terrifying.
And I'm just like, here we go.
That's funny.
But as the plane starts to get more full, thank God the flight attendant is announcing that we're going to deplane from the back. Mm-hmm. So people are continue to move to the back, right?
Yeah.
I start realizing that the people that are going to end up in the middle are the people that are in group C, whatever, and who
Yeah. They're
bottom
the
of
bottom.
the barrel.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I got one for them. So I
she's
turn
too.
sideways in my seat and I cross my legs.
Oh, so it just looks like there's not really room.
Yeah.
Like I'm spread out.
Yeah. And
comfy.
like my leg is all in the middle
Yeah.
and I got a skinhead to my left. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is not the
Not
most
scary.
inviting row.
Yeah.
I have my headphones on. I have my phone up. Like I'm not even looking up. I'm just like, don't.
No, you cannot give eye contact.
Yeah.
You cannot.
No, please don't sit
They
next
see
to me.
a friendly face, they will take
Sit down.
I never look.
I'm so
I never
busy.
look.
I'm so busy. Even if you asked me to move my foot, I wouldn't hear you.
Yeah.
I'm so busy.
Yeah.
I was busy for a long time.
a long time.
And then the lady makes an announcement. We're starting to fill up in the back. Just take a seat wherever you see one. I'm like, oh my God, please don't.
Please don't. It gets stressy.
And it worked.
Good job.
And I was like, okay. So luckily, I did not have to sit next to anybody, and that was great.
Yeah.
So that was like my last little bit of anxiety, but I will say that there are some positives.
Okay. Let's hear the pause.
Staff was very friendly.
Yeah. And they make funny jokes. Did you have a funny person?
Well, they were funny on the way out when she was like, okay, everybody get out.
Yeah. Like they always are like, they have like their little jokey jokes, which I appreciate as well.
So the staff was actually, and I mean from the moment, from like check-in, when I checked my bags to on the flight, it was all women. Everybody was a woman and everybody was really, really nice.
Yeah.
So I liked that.
Yes.
Positive. Second positive things, I love discovering a good airplane snack that I will buy outside of the plane. That's like my thing. Great snack.
You love finding an airplane snack for real life.
I do. I love
She loves it. She's like Captain Save-A-Ho, but for
snacks.
snacks.
I feel like, wow, you already did so well to get on the airplane and now I want to support you. So the snacks were called Stellar Mini Pretzel Braids.
Oh yeah.
The Maui Monk.
Oh, it's a strong flavor.
It was a vegan butter braid with Maui onion style seasoning and monk fruit.
Yeah.
I liked it. You didn't like it.
I don't mind it. I'm like open to it. But the last time I flew Southwest, we were going to Sacramento for Charlie's basketball tournament. And it was me, Charlie, and Chase. I think we were running behind. And so like we were rushing and we didn't get to stop and get snacks in the airport. Cause I know like I like to have a snack from the airport. I don't care if I'm flying first class on American. I want my own snack. But we didn't have time. And we get on the plane and Chase is like, are there going to be snacks? I need a snack. I'm so hungry. And then out comes that. And she likes a pretzel or whatever. But she opened the bag and when that scent hit her nose, her face, she was like, Oh my God. Like she was just repulsed by it. Like it was the worst thing ever. And then I was like, let me see it. And then I was like, and then she started looking at me like, that is like I was disgusting.
No,
But I
at
didn't
her
mind it.
age, I definitely would not have liked that pretzel.
Especially because she just thought she was opening a pretzel and that it hits you. It comes at you fast.
It does. But I turned over the back of it. And it says, my mom and I created stellar snacks in 2019 with a dream of crafting pretzels infused with passion.
Oh,
It's not just a pretzel, it's a labor of love. We hope you enjoy. And I just felt like, wow, I love supporting women-owned.
Yeah.
Like, this is awesome.
This is awesome.
So, decent snack.
Yeah.
Good staff. Let me see. I blogged my whole thing. So
You made notes.
I definitely made notes. What else did I like about it? Oh, we left early and landed early. I love an on-time flight.
Yes.
I appreciated that.
I think Southwest is like known for that. Yeah.
I love that. And I had actually recently saw a clip about a Southwest flight attendant that makes like $10,000 a month. She's able to like flex her schedule. Like basically their flight attendants are able to make decent money, depending on how hard they want to work. And I am here for that.
Yeah. It feels like the employees are happy and they're treated well.
And I think that is reflected in their service.
Yeah.
And so, yes, I am a bougie traveler. And yes, I had tons of anxiety. And yes, I really don't have a desire to fly Southwest much more.
Yeah.
I will say there were a few good things about it.
Yeah.
But the anxiety from top to bottom was a lot. Now that I know how it works, it probably won't be as bad next time. But I only probably will do this if you offer to pick me up from the airport.
Yeah. I like the flexibility of it. So for me, again, traveling to the Bay, like, and even when I like first had Charlie going to San Fran, we would always do Southwest because it was easy and it was inexpensive. And I would buy 2 seats, like even when she was a baby, so I could like leave her in her car. Like it was so convenient and I could change the flight. Like you can just change it up until the last minute.
There's no change fees.
Those are the 2 things that I think make it easy for me. So I like it for short trips. It needs to be amount of time where you'll feel comfortable being slightly uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I mean?
40,
So that's why I'm like short flights. Okay, I can do anything for 45 minutes.
I mean, I just feel like it is completely ridiculous that airlines have decided to shove so many rows of seats onto an airplane.
Yeah.
I am 5'5".
Yeah.
The idea that I sit in an airplane seat and my knees touch the back of the seat
crazy.
is crazy. And so for me, that's why like when I got on and saw that these are all regular economy seats and like not what economy used to be.
Yeah.
What economy is now, where there's no leg room.
Yeah. Have you ever flown Spirit?
One time.
So Spirit also gets a bad rep. And what I will say is that last Super Bowl, for whatever reason, I waited for me and the girls from LA to, from Las Vegas to LA. The only thing that was left for me to get out of there in the time that I needed to was Spirit. And I was terrified because everything I've heard about Spirit is like, it's awful. Like, it's like Soul Plane, like just terrible or whatever. I flew on Spirit. It was better than Southwest because Spirit has a first class.
Yeah.
We sat in 2 big chairs next to each other.
Yep. The one time I flew Spirit too, I also flew first class. I had no issue.
Yeah.
The real issue why people really don't like Spirit
is
is
it?
people are bougie about the crowd. So it's the type of passenger, like basically how I started to feel like when I was like, who's going to sit in the middle?
Yeah.
So people are bougie about the type of passenger. It's just not someone that's familiar with flying and all of that.
Got it.
And then also all of the hidden fees.
Yes.
So you buy a ticket that seems like it's cheap, but after you spend $100 for your bag and then you can only bring on your purse or they're going to charge you $25 to put something in the overhead bin and they're going to it's the way that then they price gouge
what it
you.
was. Yeah.
That
That's why if you buy the first class and you get all
everything.
the things, then
It's not bad.
It's not bad. That was better than flying Southwest to me from Vegas.
I 100% the one time I took Spirit,
Yeah.
I flew first class. The price was that of a regular seat on another airline.
For sure.
I did it. They didn't get me from my bag. And I will say it was a much easier and less anxiety-filled experience than just taking Southwest. Yeah.
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 No, that's funny, but they get a bad rep.
They
But
do.
really, it's Southwest.
I think that everything is about your location because, like, for instance, New Orleans.
Yeah.
It's hard to get into New Orleans without flying Spirit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like,
Oh,
there
okay.
are more Spirit flights in and
Yeah.
out of New Orleans than anything else. The other airline that gets a bad rep is Frontier.
Oh, yeah. Have never flown Frontier.
But it's kind of the same thing as Spirit. It's like all the hidden fees.
Yeah.
They want to charge you to bring on a backpack. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like, come on, bro.
All
How was I
right.
supposed to come on this flight?
But it's a huge difference between what are your big three. Your United, American, Delta, which make their money primarily on business travel.
Yeah.
Versus your Southwest, Frontier, Spirit, JetBlue, they're vacation airlines.
Oh, interesting.
So
yeah.
it's a different type of service. It's a different type of passenger,
Yeah.
but they're designed that way.
That is so interesting. Yes.
I don't know if you remember Continental. United and Continental merged.
Yes.
They just became United.
Okay.
American merged with JetBlue, and then it did not stick.
Yeah, because they are no longer
They were two very different
too
businesses.
different. Yeah.
JetBlue is a vacation traveler.
Yeah.
That traveler is 1, maybe 2 times a year type vacation type of person. Versus the person that flies monthly or weekly for work that understands boarding processes and it's just.
That's like, I used to love the JetBlue from LAX to JFK. Like, that used to be my jam. Like, I felt like that was the best flight. But then I started flying American for work, and I ended up taking a JetBlue from JFK to LAX. And I was like, what happened to this airline? This is different. But it was really me who changed.
It's hard if you are a frequent traveler. It is very hard to experience the vacation airline.
Wow.
When you are used to the business airline.
Business airline. And especially when that's also what you're using it for. So it just feels like.
Correct. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be with everyone that's on their way to Punta Cana.
No, I have to go do this for work. Like, they're.
Stop clapping when the plane lands.
Exactly. I'm just trying to get to this plane and get done what I need to get done.
Yeah. So, yes, I understand it's a little bit of a bougie experience.
Yeah.
But it is my truth, and I will live in my truth.
You go, Ash.
Yes. But anyways, that was my week. How was yours?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty stressed out.
Anxiety is the word of the week.
Yeah, definitely. I'm getting sued.
Did you do something?
No, and that's the thing that is so irritating about that. So basically what happened is my mother got in a car accident.
This was like 2 years, a year ago?
Exactly. 2 years ago almost. She hit a guy on a motorcycle. It was a pretty bad accident. Her car was totaled. She no longer drives because of this. Like, it was very devastating for her. Yeah, it shook her up. But I own the car. But she was on my insurance as a driver. She was an insured driver. So we go through the regular process of after you get in an accident with your insurance. And I'm thinking that it's taken care of.
You have all the right coverage.
Yes, I had great coverage. I had had it for years. Like I said, my mother was a driver on the insurance. So it wasn't like she was driving my car and wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
Like, it was all
Fine.
okay.
Yeah.
I randomly get a call from the insurance company like a year and a half later telling me that basically the person that my mother hit is going to sue me. And I'm like, huh? What are you saying? And the insurance company was very vague. And they just said, we're not really sure, but we wanted to notify you because you're going to get served. I said, okay. So I get served at my house, which was also strange.
Like, a police officer just knocks at your door?
It was just some random, you can like be like a server.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just like, he was like a younger kid, like literally like.
He just does his job.
Yeah. Exactly.
Pays $15 an hour.
You know what I'm saying? That's literally how he was.
Yeah.
And like when I saw it, I was on the Ring camera like, I'm not home. What is it? And he's like, da-da-da. I'm like, oh, I'm not home, so I don't think you can leave it. He's like, no, I actually can. I'm going to leave it right here on the da-da-da. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But now I'm sort of in the thick of it because basically this person is suing me for a very large amount of money.
Like how much?
Like $5 million.
Sis, with all due respect, I love you and you have a good job, but what you don't have is $5 million.
Well, let me tell you.
How can someone sue you for $5 million you don't have?
That's what I'm saying. I'm looking over this. I'm like, $5 million? Like, what is going on? And so the first person I call obviously is because I know he gets sued.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay. So it's not a big deal. They say a high number because they want you to settle. Da, 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 da. I'm like, I don't have money like you have money. I don't even have money to just throw at this, go away. But I'm not settling.
Also, if someone sues you for 5, what does settling mean?
Exactly.
Like, I also don't have 2.
I don't have 2. Guess what? I don't have 1. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? I'm just like, I cannot deal with this. This cannot be life.
Stress me out,
this
bro.
cannot be life. Anyways, so then the next step after being served is getting my lawyer. I don't have to get a lawyer because I had insurance. So the insurance handles the lawyer. So they assign me a lawyer.
Then also lawyers are expensive and that's also not in your line item budget.
Exactly. Which is crazy. So I talked to my lawyer and that's why this week it's like super intense because I finally have like a in-depth conversation with my lawyer so I can understand exactly what is going on.
Yeah.
So he calls and, he's like, says all the things and I'm like, okay. So my big question is, how can they sue me for this amount? Like, what are we talking about? They're suing me for $5 million. I don't have $5 million. Like, what is happening? The lawyer goes, well, this is what I know about the case. Initially that they were going to settle. So there was injuries to him. But the amount that his bills cost, I could cover with my insurance. So initially,
because you have a personal injury liability.
Dollars, which is a good. It wasn't like I was being negligent with my insurance coverage or anything. So I'm just like, what's going on? Yeah. So basically, I'm sitting outside of Chase's soccer practice, and I'm talking to this guy. He's like, so, but then they Googled you. And they believe you to be a celebrity and they believe that you have the money to pay. So essentially they Googled me and they saw like the TV show and also they saw a fictitious net worth amount that is just cutesy. Wish I had it, but I don't. So it is very not realistic. So he's saying, you're on a TV show? I said, sir, I was on a reality show 8 years ago.
No.
I made $80,000 and it's gone. So next. And he was like, and you're married to an NFL player, correct? He played for over 10 years in the NFL. I said, I've never been married and we are no longer together. So okay.
His money technically was never my money.
Never my money. So what are we talking about? We were not married. And he was like, okay. So they're basing all of this off of what they've seen on the internet and now they want to sue me.
You know what's wild is I've actually once Googled myself and it had also had a fictitious net worth.
What's up with that?
That I was like, oh, I don't mind this. People think oh, look at that.
Get that shit taken down. Someone's going to sue you.
Mine was like 1.7 or something.
Yeah,
Let me see. I'm going to Google both of us.
But then get it taken down because then someone will sue you for the exact amount that they think you have. And I don't have it.
Ashley Weatherspoon, a well-known blogger in the United States. She has amassed a large following on social media and her net worth is estimated to be in the millions.
Yes, you go. What is this on?
Celebrity Net Worth.
Oh, you go, Ash.
She is known.
Who writes these?
I have no idea.
They're just assuming. It's a lot of assumptions based on what they think they know.
Oh my God. So somebody is suing you based on what the internet is saying your net worth is.
Yeah, essentially. And so that's what I'm dealing with.
How is that possible?
Well, I think that it is unfortunately possible and people do this all the time. You know how they have those lawyers they call like ambulance chasers? It's those kind of lawyers who this is actually exactly what they do.
This is very predatory.
It's honestly unfortunate that people are allowed to do this type of thing, in my opinion. Like, not taking away from the fact, like, okay, yes, you were injured, but even in the lawsuit, it showed the amount of his medical bills, and it was 1,000, which means that I had more than enough within the policy to cover your medical bills. And it said his lost wages were like, so it's not like you were out of work. You know what I'm saying?
So then that means he's suing you for emotional distress.
Exactly.
Now, can you countersue because you're a single mother with 2 children?
This is what I was saying to my lawyer. The lawyer also was like, okay, well, how much do you make a year? And I say how much I make a year. He's like, well, that's a significant amount. I said, yes. And the money goes back into my children, back into my home, and back into my business. So I can show you my bank accounts and show you what's going on. Like, I invest everything back into my life.
Yeah.
Like,
that's with all due respect, that's what most entrepreneurs do. That's
exactly
what we all do.
You pay your bills, you take care of what you need to, and then you invest the money back into your business. So anyways, it made me upset because I was like, I understand, like, okay, like people do this, like, but don't do this to me. I ain't got it. What you barking up the wrong tree.
It's wild. You were telling me all week, like, I can't sleep. I can't sleep. I can't sleep. In my mind, I'm like, you do have sleeping problems, but like, no, this is something that would keep me up at night. This is something that could be a year plus.
No, he said that this will probably be a 2-year process, is what my lawyer told me as well. If they continue to fight it, like, the goal would be for him to go back and show them, say, listen, whatever you think,
the money is not here.
It's not here. And also, she's not actually liable because she was not the driver. Her 72-year-old mother was the driver, and she has no assets aside from her Social Security. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, you cannot take someone's Social Security. So, like, what are you talking about? But the point is like, it's just up.
Oh,
Not me. Don't do it to me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
If there's anything that we learn from this, it's this idea that maybe we introduce like the Ashley bill that is like people cannot be sued based on internet.
Yeah. You cannot.
Garbage.
Yeah. Because imagine I was paying for my own lawyer. So then I would be incurring all these fees just to prove to you that I don't have it with what you think you have because you looked on the internet.
On Google. Yeah.
The internet is full of lies. Should not be a basis to do a lawsuit.
And even more so now, it's AI just pulling from all different websites.
Yeah.
Even when I just read about myself.
Yeah. You can tell. It's like AI generated
to just
words
create
switched
something
around a little bit, and that's that.
Oh, Ashley, I'm so sorry.
So that's what I'm dealing with. It's pretty.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah. Stressy. Both of us anxiety.
And to think, like, people really look at reality shows and be like, oh, you're a celebrity. Like, okay, I too actually did a reality show in my time and made $75,000.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is great for 10 episodes. Like, let me be clear. It's nice.
Amazing. Yeah.
But it also was over a decade ago.
Yeah.
And you know how $70,000 can go.
It went. It's gone. That's what, like, literally, as soon as he said that, he was like, you were on a television show. I literally laughed out loud. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, I was on a reality show. That was 8 years ago. I made $80,000. Like, that money is gone. So what else?
But I feel like it is important for people to understand that, like, reality shows, people don't make money from reality shows.
No.
They make money from the attention and celebrity that they have from it, what they go out and do.
Yeah.
Hostings and partnerships. And that's how you make money from reality shows.
The reality show is not. I mean, now, obviously, you start getting into multiple seasons.
Yes.
You can start making money. But like, if you were on a reality show that had a couple seasons or a massive cast like Love and Hip Hop, like, I don't think they're making big checks there.
No. But that's also like television in general. Was that last year where there was all the black actors and actresses were talking about how they have to maintain a second job or how they were paid only.
Wow.
It's just not real. Like, you don't make tons of money in entertainment unless you are a huge star.
Huge.
And that's the same in reality.
Yeah.
Love and Hip Hop, I remember at one point they were making $1,500 an episode.
That's what I'm saying.
What do you think these people on 90 Day Fiancé make?
Pennies.
Come on. Come on.
It's sad.
I'm telling you, just like
TLC is probably paying their
transportation.
That's it. Maybe they're glam. They don't even do
They don't
glam.
even do glam. This is what I'm saying. So the idea that someone thinks being on a reality show, or honestly, like I said, a television show gives you money is ridiculous. The idea that they think a Google net worth determines someone's actual net worth is ridiculous.
It's just like people are so out of control right now.
Yeah, it is crazy. Ugh, I'm sorry you're going through that, Ash.
Thank you.
But since we are on the subject
I
of
know.
reality shows,
I mean,
since we're here,
there was a pretty good one that drops on Netflix.
yeah, a lot of people
Are watching it.
And not only that, we've gotten hit up a little bit in our DMs because everyone was referencing the reality show you were on.
Yeah.
Called
Wags. I was on Wags. If you don't know, there is a new show on Netflix called Wags to Riches. Very similar premise. Mm-hmm. So the WAG stands for Wives and Girlfriends of Sports Stars. That's what WAGs stands for. So I was on a reality show. It was on E! And it was a bunch of wives and girlfriends of sports stars.
Was it all football players that you're?
No, it was mostly football players, which I also find interesting because this was also mostly football players. And I'm like, what is it about football players?
Well, I'm not 100%, but I remember when you had actually asked me to be on WAGs the first time when you did it, is that it was actually against the NBA Player Wives Association's, like you actually could not do it. Which is why you often saw retired, even when they did basketball players.
Oh, they're retired.
There was no active NBA players. They were all retired.
That's so interesting.
I don't know, because again, like we said, this was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
This was like 2014, I think, when you asked me. 2013, maybe?
It was 2014.
2014.
Yeah.
2014-ish. I know then your partner could not be an active NBA player.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense. Obviously, there's no rule for that in football.
None. No rule for football.
Anyways, the premise also of our show was to show the wives and girlfriends and the things that they're doing, because I think that a lot of times the wives and girlfriends of athletes get like a bad rep, like they don't do anything but like sit around. And so the premise of WAGs was also to show women that were doing things or had careers and stuff. I mean, this is how it was pitched to me. Obviously, it ended up being something completely different, but that's how it was pitched to me. So
the premise for Wags to Riches, as they announced in the first episode, is to give viewers a look at the new age WAGs.
The old definition of WAGs was like, oh, I'm a kept bitch, but now I'm making my money. That's the new WAGs.
In this circle, we're all with high-profile men that elevate us, but we elevate their ass too. We have our own businesses. 2 hustlers are better than 1.
Even being with the athlete, I would never financially depend on a man.
And I took personal offense because I feel like I was the old WAGs. I mean, this was what, 10 years ago? So when you're talking about the new age, so what are you saying? As someone that actually had a career and am in fact a boss.
Yeah.
I don't like to use that word because it's cringy to me.
It's cringy, yeah.
But so what are you saying? I actually took personal offense to that part.
I'm not gonna lie, I took offense for you.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, oh, it's not new. There are plenty of women. And with all due respect, it is disrespectful as hell to me, to Shawnee O'Neal, who even gave
this whole thing.
Who even gave a lane for women, wives and girlfriends of sports stars, to have even a television show.
Yeah.
It's like, this is not a new concept. And for me, that was tough to stomach from the very first episode, putting down wags and girlfriends before this show as if they did nothing other than.
So that kind of caught me off guard at first. Like when I first
had
started watching it.
I knew it.
Because I'm like, oh, of course I want to watch this show. Like, great. But then when they said that, I was like, oh, that's how you feel? Well, let's see. Let's see what you guys are talking about.
Yeah. I was very excited to watch it from the beginning because Alexis Sotomayor is a great friend of ours.
Her so much.
And Ashley Wheeler is also a friend that I've met through Alexis over the past few years, who's also so loving, so supportive. And I knew they were filming the show.
Also, may I also add in the tidbit that Ashley Wheeler was actually on the original WAGs Miami.
Yeah. And so I think like you, I also went into it with so much excitement.
Couldn't wait. The opening scene that then caught me off guard, threw me off balance. I'm still watching it. I still supported. I still wanted to watch it.
It is important, and it is also our job to give our honest take and review. And the show is right up our alley.
Yes.
And something that we would talk about if our friends were not on it.
Yeah.
So while we are going to tread lightly, I think it's important that we're honest.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because we are brutally honest about everything else.
And I'm going to just kick it off and say that this show gave Mean Girls.
That's what threw me off in the very beginning, because even the comparison of the old to the new age, it felt immediately very catty and petty.
So if we run through the cast, you have Alexis Sotomayor, you have Ashley Wheeler, you have Yes Jules, you have Stoney, who was Rick Ross's baby mom.
Yes.
You have Sherelle Rosado. Was that her last name?
Maybe.
What's Evelyn's last name? Lozado.
Lozado.
And she's Rosado, I think. That's weird. Sherelle Rosado, who was/is Ocho Cinco's fiance. You have the boxer, what's his name? Andre Berto. You have Andre Berto's wife. You have Kodak Black's baby mom named MJ. You have Sade, who is, her husband played for the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah. She's the really cute one.
Yep,
She's
you have
cute.
Sade.
Yeah.
And then you also have Tyreek Hill's wife,
Keita.
So there's, let's call it 9 or 10 so women based in Miami who are wags of football players, former football players, basketball players, boxers, or rappers.
Yes.
So it was not just wags of sports stars.
Yeah.
Now we also included entertainers.
Exactly.
And like most reality shows where they put together women who are not really friends in real life. But
Exactly.
who are friends by association.
That's what a lot of people need to understand about reality TV, especially these shows where they bring groups of women together. It's like each person knew one person, and essentially they created this group where maybe I only know one person, but my friend gets asked to do the show, and then they're asking me, well, do you have any friends? And then they'll usually grab one of your friends, and then they create this fake group of friends where they're acquaintances or know each other through each other, but these are not like friends.
And this show made it very clear that not only are they not friends, but they felt like there was a hierarchy based on who you were dating, how much money you made outside or what you did outside of your husband, and at times what uncomfortably felt like color.
And that was the most damning part, I think, specifically, I'm sure that Sherelle is dealing with right now, because she was spearheading all of it.
And I mean on both sides. I believe the colorism that was shown towards the darker skinned girl, Stoney.
Yes.
And then on the complete opposite side, the white girl.
Yeah.
It, to me,
Both ways. Yeah.
and it's uncomfortable.
Right.
So we followed what we believed from the opening scene was going to be all these women that were boss women, chasing their dreams and so ambitious. Like you said, reality television shows pitch things a certain way.
Yeah.
What we actually watched was one woman pick and choose who was allowed to be in her circle or not.
And it was awful to watch.
And I just feel like our big grown age, I have no desire to watch women pick and choose who gets to be a part of their social circle when there are so many more pressing issues going on.
Yeah.
And the only scenes that touched on those moments were scenes with Alexis.
Yeah. Alexis was the only one that brought any depth to the show, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I thought there was a beautiful conversation between her and Kodak Black's baby mom about what it meant to have to deal with things in your relationship when you don't want to. Alexis looked at her and said, you don't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Cheating on you isn't something you have to participate in.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, I watched Tyreek Hill's wife sit with her mother while her mother told her that dating a famous athlete means he'll have lots of girlfriends.
Yeah. And you just have to be okay with that.
And the idea that that was broadcast on television,
it was
when
crazy.
people like me have little sisters, was difficult to watch. The idea that we watched multiple women with men that have 9, 10 kids try to feed us a story of blended families and Brady bunches
It just
was outrageous to me, when there are little girls who are watching, looking up to boss women. The show radiated mean girl energy. The show radiated put up with whatever from men that have celebrity status. And I am so grateful for characters like Alexis and characters like Sade that were able to A, offset the mean girlness, and B, offset negative, toxic relationships that are not okay.
For sure. 1000%.
They're not okay.
Yeah.
I love the idea that Alexis was able to show a new start. You can be with someone for... Alexis and Amari are together since they were 18, 19 years old.
Long time. 4 kids.
They're able to co-parent. She's able to date and meet somebody new.
Yeah, and she feels genuinely happy. And I think that's what you see. I think a lot of these women are actually just really unhappy. And then it's all just coming out on, like, some things you just can't hide. Like, the camera doesn't lie. And I think that's what it is. And like, it feels to me, you know, that Alexis has a genuine happiness and peace about her that I'm sure she's worked hard for. I'm sure it wasn't easy, but, and I think she also shared that, which is also nice to see the journey. But ultimately you want to get to where Alexis is at. You don't want to dwell in the space in the middle where your unhappiness is like radiating, like, and then you're putting it on other people. And then now it's on television. And like you said, like, young girls are watching and this is what they're seeing. Like, this is normal or this is okay. Is it normal? Potentially, but should we be highlighting it? Absolutely not.
No, not even at all.
I don't think that it should be highlighted. So I think that overall the concept is great. I think it's something that people want to see. The same with my show that I was on, which is why I only did it for 1 season. There's always this level of negativity that comes, and they want the drama, they want the fighting, they want the cheating, they want all the things. And if it's not there, they'll create it. And I think for me, it was difficult. I just felt like I couldn't sell myself out to that. And so I hope the show comes back, but I hope maybe they're able to take a little bit more control of the narrative, because I think it's a good narrative, but you got to clean it up.
And yes, I understand that shows need drama.
Correct.
But I would much rather us not as a group of women be tearing each other down at our big grown ages.
I agree.
These women are in their 40s.
Yeah.
Some in their 30s, but some in their 40s.
Yeah.
And in your 40s, what you should not be proud of is tearing down any woman, particularly that had a weathered past.
Yeah.
The one thing that you learn as you get older is to give grace to those that went through the struggles for still standing.
And I believe that the viewer that is looking for this type of show would also like to see a more, what do they do for the guys? Like, they do the Hard Knocks and they did Receiver or Starting 5.
Or even Pivot, which is a podcast to see how Ryan Clark and Channing share their stories of like post-career and the things that they're going through. I would love to see that in women, not she can't sit with us.
Yeah. Or like flaunting your shiny things. And like, it's so much more than that. And there's more depth to it. And there's more struggle. And there's just more facets to it than I think that gives it. And it's just like, it's a tired narrative. And that's how I feel about it. That's also why we started this podcast.
I was going to go there too.
I know for me, like, that was one of the driving forces, because I came out of that reality show going into it thinking like, oh, I was going to get to show the other side of it and like how I can have a career and I can take care of my kids and you can still be a partner. And it quickly turned into something that was not that. And so that's why I got out. But I still felt like I wanted to be able to share my story and hopefully in sharing your story, you help somebody.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. There's a few clips that I wanted to play that were like so spot on that kind of say things that we can't quite say.
Oh, cutesy.
That I think are interesting.
Y'all, I done got to the episode 2 of the new show, Wags to Riches Man. First thing I want to point out is that it's giving Sherelle want to be like Shawnee, but she can't because her spirit is just too evil. Like, how is you judging someone? And on this episode, you reveal that you got in Chad's DMs. We could judge you because that's giving thirsty. Now, in the first episode, I didn't really pay attention to Sade, but I like Sade, okay? She stood out in this episode, and she stood 10 toes down against all them old, miserable hags, okay? Sade said, no. She had herself outside. Okay, Then it goes back into Sherelle talking about, I don't like Stoney because she didn't do right with her money. What Stoney did with her money got to do with you, Sherelle?
At all.
There she says Stoney look older than everybody. Meanwhile, she look the oldest out of everybody. Like, yo, I cannot make this shit up. Lady, you must say, look in the mirror, lady. Moving right along. Last episode, I said I like MJ. This episode, I still like MJ. And MJ brought her mama in. Her mama was beautiful. I rocks with her mama. I could see why MJ is the way she is at such a young age.
Because she was also authentic.
Because she got, you know, a mother that knows what's going on. And her mama looked like she would not play with none of these ladies. Now, for the biggest part of the show, who was the girl that was just obsessed with Yes Jules? Like, she kept saying that Yes Jules was racist, but then when Yes Jules got next to her, she was like, I didn't say that. And then go MJ praying, yes, you did. You said she was racist because, yes, you did say that, sir. I mean, ma'am.
Yeah.
Well, she's someone I didn't like. That's why I don't remember her name, because she was just
Who
so
was she?
stubborn.
She was from
A situation that
Sherelle's
happened
old
with
show,
Yes
Selling
Jules
Tampa.
years ago. So I don't understand why it's still ruffling y'all feathers. Then they posted the clip of Yes Jules posting a shirt that says niggas lie, and she said, can I wear this shirt or not? Shit, she asked. And niggas do lie. Even the black ones. Anyways, I didn't like her attitude, her energy towards Yes Jules, okay? You had a lot to say when Yes Jules wasn't there. Then when Yes Jules
She
came
sure
and
did.
sat
She got
next to you,
so quiet.
You tried to double down on what you said, and Yes Jules stood on business.
She did.
Then I didn't like how Sherelle asked Yes Jules in front of everybody, do you want more kids? After Yes Jules just let her know what she was going through. Like, that was
That's
corny.
a level.
And then she gonna stick up for her friend that own a black-owned business. That was corny because your friend was wrong. Anywho, they friend with a black-owned business got exactly what she deserved, trying to play in Yes Jules' space. These ladies think if they own businesses, they got athlete boyfriends or husbands for the moment that they untouchable. No, because if it was me, yo, black business owner, homegirl would have got slapped, dog walked, right in the black business that she owns. Shit, she put her hand in Yes Jules' face.
She did.
And rightfully so, Yes Jules slapped it up out her face.
Move your hand.
Then they get mad at Yes Jules for wearing braids. Here comes Sherelle. I don't feel right about these braids. Meanwhile, they got heads full of weed, okay? Couldn't have been me. If I was a white girl and goddamn Sherelle comes to me, I don't feel right about these braids, I would have been like, well, I don't feel right about all them bundles of European tracks in your head. The fuck? Hanging around y'all ain't no privilege. Hanging around y'all look like it'll make everybody miserable.
Stress.
Everybody that get around them become miserable. Everybody walk in, hey, leave just mad for nothing. Everybody, like, they got all this success, but yet they're still miserable. Clearly, y'all ain't no
That's what I'm
trophies because
saying.
y'all done got drugged through the mud just like every other woman. So to sit and be so judgmental and act like
Exactly.
you're higher than thou and
That's
it's a privilege to hang with us is crazy work.
That's it.
As beautiful as some of them are physically, they will never be attractive because spiritually they are messed up, okay? They are miserable.
Yeah.
And it shows every time any one of them open their mouths.
So
That's a lot.
That
Sis
was
broke it down.
She
though.
definitely did.
But that's really what it is. It's like all women dealing with the same issues. And it's like, rather than like support each other or be honest and genuine about what's going on in your life, you choose to just be mean and try and act like you're better than people.
100%.
You're not better than anyone. Don't do that. You're not above it.
I think that what is so tragic about the mean girl thing is that there is a shared experience, whether you are in a relationship with a sports star or entertainer or you're just a regular woman, that could have been pulled out of this show that was not.
Exactly.
Your TikTok was booming with reviews. Here was one.
Now, Portia, wasn't you just against Keita doing an at-home water birth and saying that it was going to be doo-doo in the pool, and now you at your doctor trying to be Uncle Luke Doo-Doo Brown? I couldn't believe when she popped up at that doctor's office asking about the at-home water birth. You got to watch people like that. I can't believe y'all got me siding with Jules on this show, but y'all really acting delusional and it's really unfair. I'm going to be honest. She had every right to be mad at Sherelle for bringing up kids knowing that she just had an abortion.
Agreed.
Wild.
Crazy. And yes, Sherelle asked everybody at the table, but she literally looked at her and said, so what about you?
Yeah.
What about you? What do you mean, what about me? Not only did you ask once, you asked twice to make sure that I heard you and wasn't ignoring you. You knew exactly what you were doing. Mean girl. And yes, I agree that Jules probably should have stayed at home after that procedure because she probably wasn't mentally there. But we don't know what she was going through. Maybe she needed to be outside. We don't know. But I was so confused watching this. They said Jules trying to justify why she moved the girl hand out of her face like it was just supposed to stay there. Ain't none of y'all walking away if somebody put their hand in your face, and we know that to be a fact. But because she's the only white girl in the group and it's a black establishment, she's supposed to be the one to walk away. Have y'all said anything to the black girl who was the aggressor in the black establishment? Like, let's be fair. If Jules was on this show being problematic and messy and picking fights with black girls for no reason, I won't understand all of this frustration, but right now, I just don't see what y'all see. Let's just keep it a band. A lot of y'all over yes Jules because of her comments and what she said before the show. So on the show, y'all really don't care what's happening to her. Yeah. But on the show, she's really not doing nothing. And that's what I'm talking about, what's happening on the show. And then I like Alexis because she was the only one that had a reasonable conversation with Jules, even though Jules was not trying to hear nothing she was saying. And what Alexis was saying was true. Jules has white privilege. So if you're in a black establishment with all black people and you get into an altercation, when the police comes, you're probably going to be okay. True. Us, it's a 50-50 chance. But also on the other hand, you can't really tell somebody how to react if somebody is picking with them. I don't care if the restaurant was German, Italian, Indian, Chinese. Because one thing I know for sure, if somebody put their hand in Sherelle, Stoney, MJ, Sade, Ashley's face, they're not walking away. But you know what had me in tears? They kicked Jules out the group, and the next time we seen her, she was surrounded by white people. It was one other black girl, Sade, and the rest of the people was white.
Was like,
and Jules said, these are the type of people I like to be surrounded by. I said, ooh, watch what you say. Yeah. And then Jules gonna bring Ryan Garcia to the event. Are we not using our brains? He's a racist. Why would you bring him around all these black people and black kids? Ooh, tomato.
I didn't realize
it seemed like everybody pregnant on this show. Y'all was all freaky frogs at the same time. Sade stopped hiding that she was pregnant, and now it's her, Keita, and Portia. And if Alexis don't calm down with Jonathan, she gonna be next. I like Alexis and Jonathan. I like their chemistry, and I actually enjoy watching them. And Alexis got that body yaddy. He better watch out. And then the whole lawyer thing with Sherelle and Chad was so extra because if you don't want to give nothing, why do you expect him to give you something? She wanted a prenup, and in the prenup, she wanted some of Chad's podcast. But when he asked to have some of her real estate business, she didn't like that. But Sherelle was asking for $3 million a year. Are you crazy? And then an infidelity clause that if he cheat, he got to pay $500,000. Like, this is insane. I don't blame Chad for saying hell no, because I would have said it too. But yeah, at the end of Wags to Riches, I'm rolling with Sade, Alexis, MJ, and Keita. Those are my top 4.
I am shocked that this show had me rooting for Yes Jules.
Yeah.
I understand the transgression she's had in the past, and just like Stoney, I believe should be, given a new light for the things she's done in the past. So should Yes Jules.
Yeah.
You can draw the line on whether you want to hang out with her or not, but does not matter your color. Anybody gets in your face and gets to pointing their finger in your face, you have a right to defend yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, Jules was not the aggressor. Now, I got a problem. This is what always happens when the privilege does really live in you, and she starts shouting, yeah, that's right, because my hair is real.
Yeah.
Now that...
Bring it down.
Bring it down.
Yeah. Bring it down.
I have issues with the my hair is real comment. I do have issues with what have you done for your community, and I do think that those are things that she was coached to say in defense of knowing that this was going to come her way.
Yeah.
But I had no idea. I would just be really standing up for Yes Jules. She had every right to defend herself.
She 1,000% had every right to defend herself, but that's where she still lost me.
And she lost me.
After that. No, I agree. They took that way too far.
Sherelle setting her up to ask her if she wanted kids. I am so glad that Yes Jules found the strength to share her story about the abortion.
That's tough.
That is tough.
And then for her to say, I didn't even remember. That makes you sound even worse. Oh, you have no heart? Someone shares a story like that with you? Oh,
I do not have space or grace for someone who minimizes an experience like that.
Yeah.
Particularly knowing that it was an abortion that she had with the father of her child.
Yeah.
For a relationship that she has struggled with.
Yes.
It is, to me, again, mean girl. I'm sure Sherelle is someone that I will have to be around. She is Alexis's co-host on her new podcast.
Yeah.
But I can stand confidently and say that the representation that Sherelle had of herself on that show, it was not nice.
Yeah.
And maybe she's a wonderful person in person and she decided to put on the villain hat for good television.
Yeah.
It did not make for good television and it did not make her look good.
No, you're spot on right there.
Damn, Ash, I was a little nervous about that.
Were you?
Yeah, because I didn't want any of my friends to feel like we're shitting on them because I'm not. But it's like there are things that I support and can be a part of, and there are things that I cannot support. And there were pieces of that show that I could support and pieces that I could not.
And that's, I think, overall what it is.
And guess what? We're still going to encourage you all, if you have not seen it.
Gotta watch it.
Go watch it.
For sure.
Go run it up.
Yeah.
I hope that Alexis gets her own situation from it, that she can spin off. I would love to see maybe Alexis's new dating life.
Dating show with Alexis.
Come on.
Yeah.
And also, I would love to see Ashley Wheeler in a light like she had on Wags.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. I didn't watch Wags Miami, but everyone really liked her from that show. So if she can get back to that space.
I would love to see Ashley, her family, her boys are adorable.
Yeah.
Ashley homeschools her kids.
No way.
She is a crazy wildlife girl. Like if you follow her on social media, she's always doing Wheeler's Wildlife. She's like the type of girl that will go pick up an iguana or a snake or, you know, she's an Army veteran. Her mom is actually quite funny.
Yeah.
So I would love.
She has a lot more to show.
She has so much more to show than the show gave Ashley Wheeler.
And that's why I think these shows, like, there's stuff that we would actually like to see. They're like discounting what the viewer actually wants.
Yes.
And they think we only want to see negativity and fighting, and we don't. Like, that sounds much more interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure. She's an influencer. She has all these partnership deals. Like, I would love to see Alexis, shown a little bit more. I'd love to see Ashley Wheeler in a new light. Love to see more of Sade. And if Keita would be willing to be honest.
Yeah.
And share her struggles with a man that had 3 kids on you while we weren't together.
Yeah.
I would actually
like
love the
that
real
too.
Side of that.
I think so too.
I
think there was moments of glimmers of her being a little bit more transparent where you could see who she probably really is, but there was a lot that she was hiding.
Yep.
So that's tough.
And I'm anxious to see MJ grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So run it up, run up the numbers. Go watch Wags to Riches on Netflix.
For sure.
Okay, things I saw on the internet this week.
What did you see? What did you see?
It is the most hilarious TikTok from you messy bitch.
I know exactly which one this is. Amazing.
Obviously, I have a normal stalking routine on Instagram because I'm a woman. I just did my routine. I have some breaking news. I was going through my roster of people that I keep up with, not stalk. I just keep up with them. I get to this girl who is the new girlfriend of a guy that I dated 1.5 years ago. And they started dating like a week after he and I ended. So that was great. But anyways, so obviously she had to get added to the stalking routine. Like, of course. And you know how it goes. You just want to see if they post anything. And she gave me so much content. It was like almost addicting. Like every day she's posting him. I'm like, this is a gold mine for me. Thank you. Over time, as I got over it, you know how it goes. It's like, now you're like my favorite influencer. You're like a celebrity to me now. I'm just your fan. So naturally, a couple weeks ago, I noticed she hasn't posted anything in a minute. I'm like, is everything okay? I just now went to Instagram and I go type in her little name, just the first few letters, because it obviously pops up on my burner account. And I see that there's a new story. And I'm like, oh, content. Let's go. She's back, baby. Finally back from her hiatus.
The brutal honesty for me. All women do this at some level. And what did she say? It's not stalking. It's
keeping up.
Keeping up. Just keeping up.
The number of likes that it got made me know that I am not alone in my journey.
Yeah.
One time there was a dude that sent my dude a list of girls that were going to be at the party.
Oh my God.
So I went and followed all the girls that were going to be at the party so that I could see that night what was going to happen at the party.
Yeah.
they're like my favorite influencers now.
Now you're like obsessed with their lives.
I when they don't post, I'm like, what are they doing? This is not even somebody that my boyfriend dated.
No.
It's not. Remember, I sent you, one of the girls went to Kevin Hart's comedy show and then the after party. And I was like, I screenshot it. I was like, look, she has comp tickets.
Yeah. She's at Kevin's show. So who is this?
I was like, look, she has comp tickets. And then she went to like the after party.
Yeah.
She's like holding a Gran Coramino cup.
Oh, yeah.
I screenshot it. I'm like, look, who do you think gave her tickets? Who is she there with?
We're totally invested.
I'm so invested in this girl's life.
Yeah. Just keeping up.
I just keep up with these girls.
Just keeping up. It's not stalking. It's
not
keeping up.
I'm just keeping up with some random girls, bro.
Yeah. Oh my God. When I saw that.
Yes. Sometimes it starts from like stalking a boyfriend's ex, whatever.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it might just end up being someone telling you they saw out with a girl. And even though you don't care, you might get interested. And then suddenly I'll be like, she's not even talking to anymore, but she got a new job.
Yeah. You know, the girl, she got a dog too. You know, you'd be like, okay.
That is so funny. That clip made me feel comfortable, with the burner account, which is honestly something that I've developed in the last year.
Yeah. A lot of people have them.
Yeah. I just got this burner account. B, it made me feel okay with totally idolizing some strangers.
Some strangers. Like, oh, this is normal.
Like
It's
I just
fine.
like to keep up with them.
Keeping up.
Yeah, just keeping
It's not
up.
stalking. And then because I sent that to you, I started getting more videos like that. You know, the algorithm is so intense. There were other girls talking about, on their burner account. It was just like everyone was just opening up.
Oh, I got to get on the burner account
Yeah.
TikTok. I got to get on the burner
It was
account
like
TikTok.
everyone was just opening up about their Instagram truths.
Oh my God, I love that. Dear Young Queen, meme of the week.
Do, 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 do.
This week's meme says, my friend's boyfriend just called me looking for her. I told him she was sleeping on my couch drunk. I said, you want me to wake her up? He said, she's right here. I was just proving to her that all her friends are liars. I was still in character though. I'm like, well, who the is on my couch?
Oh, no.
And it just reminded me of this TikTok challenge that has been going around that I recently saw. I'm going to play it for you.
Okay.
It's called Loyalty Check.
Thank you for bringing me home this morning.
You're welcome.
All right. Call you back.
All right.
For letting me spend the night, babe.
You're welcome. Hello.
Hey, cousin.
Hey, girl.
I had fun last night. Thank you for letting me stay over.
Period. You welcome.
Period. I love you.
I love you more.
How to tell you I made. Hey, Isha. Thank you for letting me stay at your place last night. All right, love you. Just call to let you know I made it home. All right. Just calling to let you know I made it home. Thank you for letting me crash last night.
You're welcome.
Not one of them.
For sure, for sure. I'm gonna call you when I get up. I was just letting you know that I hadn't made it home. Thank you for letting me crash.
Oh, you good?
All right, love you.
Love you too.
All right. I was just calling to say thank you for letting me and the girls stay last night. I can't hear you.
I said anything for y'all, you know that.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Love you.
Love you too. Talk to you later.
Come on. Everyone nailed it. She called all different type of people.
All different type of people. She had a bomb group of friends.
What?
Loyalty.
They didn't even stutter. It came out so fast.
No doubt, sis. Whenever you need me, you know I'm here. The loyalty test is A+. So it got me to thinking about you and I. And we've never had to do it like that. Like, oh, thanks for staying over. Like neither one of us are like not coming home or anything.
Yeah.
But the loyalty test when you're on the phone with your homegirl, you...
I know what you're Oh my God, I know what you're going to say.
What? Go.
When we're on the phone on FaceTime and like walks in, it's a cold, it's no movement and it is a quick transition. Like it's
Fast
and in a hurry and seamless. What? We kill that every time. We've never not.
We've never.
Knock on wood. I don't want to jinx us, but no, we're too good.
We
We're
might
too
be
smooth.
talking about the craziest shit,
The crazy.
but I don't even have to do much of, hey, babe, welcome home.
Or you might even just, like, I might see your eyes cut and I know, tighten up. Okay.
How about on my birthday, we were talking about, you're like, so what did you get for your birthday? Like, da-da-da, we're talking. And he walked through the door and I was like, well, I don't know. So I think I'm going to go to the grocery store. And you were like, well, get me some chips. Like
that fast. That was amazing.
Ashley.
Oh, that's so funny. I knew you were going to say that. That is our version of the loyalty test.
100%.
Sure.
It's when we're on the phone and the conversation has to shift. But it's not just me and my partner.
No.
It was at times.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's your kids.
My kids, for sure.
Sometimes it's the people that work for you.
Yeah.
Like, we'll be in a subject and we just know.
When we need to transition.
Sometimes it comes with a warning.
Yeah.
Hey, girl, you're on speakerphone.
Yeah.
That means, like, before you start, just know other people can hear you.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the announcing of, oh, hey, babe, or Charlie, what do you want?
That's what I do. I'll be like, Chase, what, like, I'll be like, start talking to her as soon as so then you know, and it cuts it. Yeah.
You just start talking to the other person and that is dead a sign.
Yeah.
Someone is in the room with me right
Yeah,
now.
for sure. That's amazing.
Oh my God. You'd be like, what are you doing? Oh, nothing. Just watching TV with.
Oh, me and just watching this show. Have you watched it?
Bitch, whatever you call to talk to me about, not
the time.
now.
Be like, oh, okay, well, I'll leave you to it then. Just call me later. You guys have fun. Hi. How you doing? Okay, bye.
Oh my
that's really
God.
good. That is so good.
If you guys have any keywords or symbols you give your homegirl to switch the conversation, bro, please drop it in our DMs. Not that we need help, but I just think it's a good ass laugh.
Yeah. And I've honestly gotten better at it because I used to be really bad at diving
right
in.
First.
I'm getting better. I'll usually catch myself now and be like, oh, wait, what are you doing? Like, but I used to be really
because
bad.
It's a scenery change. I used to just always be at home by myself. So you could always just go. But I was always the opposite. I would always have to check who was around you. I'd be like, what you doing? Deshaun home?
Exactly.
Tell him I said, what's up?
What are you doing? Cooking? Oh, okay. What you making tonight?
Nobody called for this bland ass conversation.
Oh, chicken! I love that. I love your chicken. Okay, well,
y'all have fun. Y'all have fun. Ooh, Deshaun, next time make sure you make me something.
You always hit him with that. Oh my God, that's
funny.
So funny.
Anyways,
yeah.
What time is it?
It's question time.
What time is it?
It's question time.
Ooh, would you rathers?
Yeah, I think it's would you rather time. Does my nose look like wet?
No.
Okay.
Is the snot coming out?
Yeah, like I was like laughing so hard I snotted myself, basically.
Oh, snotted is hilarious.
Disgusting.
I snotted myself is funny.
So disgusting.
I got a good one for you.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley.
Yes?
Would you rather be a bad kisser?
I wanted to give this to you.
Too bad.
Okay, sorry.
Would you rather be a bad kisser or bad at giving oral sex?
One of my fears of life, and I don't know what this is like, should be a fear of life, but I honestly have a fear of life of like someone talking about me like, oh, she's bad, like, oh, her head game is weak, or oh, her is weak. Because I've heard men talk about women like that. And it's like when you hear a man say that about a woman, disrespectful, sure. But also, I would never want to be that woman.
Yeah.
I would hate for someone to talk about me and like that.
How about when they say, oh, she just laid there like a dead fish?
Yeah. When you're around a lot of men, you hear a lot of men thoughts. And once you hear that, you just know like, oh, could never be me. Could never be me. So I think probably like, it's weird, but I would probably go with being a bad kisser. Because like, I'm not a big kisser anyways.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I mean, call me what you want, but I don't want to be.
But not a lazy.
Nah.
Call me what you want, but don't call me a lazy.
Period.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay. I'm not mad at that.
That's funny. Okay, this is for you, Ash. Would you rather give or receive a lap dance?
Okay. I don't want to give a lap dance.
No.
I sometimes like will laugh or joke with my partner, but it's like 15 seconds max.
Yeah.
Like it's a quick little like yeah, like a little, you know, like just enough to be cutesy.
Yeah, cutesy. That's it.
But I think I would run out of moves.
Yeah.
And I'm someone that visits strip clubs, so I've seen sexy and I've seen like what is good.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I don't want to be bad at it.
Yeah.
But
It's a talent. It's like an art to it.
Yeah, but I also don't like male strippers.
Oh, no.
And the idea of my man standing on top of me with his ass rubbing on me and my face is just like, enough.
Please stop.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Girl.
Go do something masculine.
But would you like one from a woman?
I would take a lap dance from a woman over a lap dance for a man.
Yes.
But if I had to choose, like if it was just me or my partner, am I going to give or going to receive? I would rather give it as uncomfortable as it is. I do not want my man wiggling his hips in my face.
Do not wiggle your hips.
Don't wiggle your hips. Don't circle your penis around me.
Oh my God.
Don't put your...
Circling your penis.
Imagine they're like, yeah. Yeah, like, no.
I went to a male strip club one time in college, literally like my freshman year of college, I think. And it's the most mortifying thing I've ever done. It's ingrained in my brain. And I think we like ran out. Like we were so childish. Like, do you want to know what happened in there? We're sitting there. And then this big black guy, like big, like muscle, you know, like bodybuilder, so muscly, like just big, like this black guy comes out in a Native American costume. So he has like a feathery like thing covering himself, like a loincloth. Yeah. and like the feathers
in his head.
Yeah. And I just remember. Oh my God, it was the worst thing. He starts going around in a circle and then doing this. Yeah. And then he circles around and then he came back and his dick was out. And it was awful. And I think we like ran out. Like I literally think we were so like we were just like, it was disgusting.
And so like, is it hard? Is it soft?
It's hard.
Yeah,
I don't. It's weird. I don't like it. It's not sexy. It's not manly. It was awful, and I just remember it so vividly in my head as to like being so traumatic.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. And
my God,
it's actually crazy because you said something to me one time that has just made me look at you in such a different light. Oh, no. I really don't like naked men's butts.
Oh.
I don't like a man's naked butt. And one time you told me that you like to be the big spoon. And I can't unsee the man's naked ass just like on you.
Well, I think I'm only the big spoon when we have clothes on.
Oh, okay. That's different.
Yeah.
That's like I'm holding
it's like
you.
a cuddle. Like I'm holding you.
Okay.
No, not like your naked butt.
Touching me, like my soft leg skin.
No.
Disgusting.
That's not how that works.
I don't know what it is about a man's naked ass.
More like cuddling, I guess.
And
like a naked ass is.
And let me be clear, like my man is built like statuesque.
Yeah.
Like he has muscles and like
all the things.
I don't like it. I just feel like if he gets up from the bed and walks to the bathroom naked, I'm like, put some pants on.
Don't show me that.
No, I don't want to see your naked ass.
Like, turn around, walk backwards.
Yeah, do something. I don't mind your penis, but your naked ass is too much for me.
That is so
and then especially
funny.
like men's, like at the bottom, they're like tight and like they don't have like the plumpness that a woman's ass has. Yeah. And then if he does have a plump fat ass, and then you're uncomfortable too.
Yeah,
I don't know. Something about a man's naked ass just
I saw a meme that said,
blows me.
If we shower together, you can't break up with me. You've seen my ass. Like from the man's perspective. Like it was like because I seen your ass.
Well, and then it's even weirder in relationships. You see them clean them.
Yeah. I don't want to see you clean it.
I have. The whole thing is uncomfortable.
I have too. Yeah, I have too. But
I don't like it. I like that you're cleanly. Like, I love that you're scrubbing and you're like making sure, but like, ew. Ew. A man's naked ass is disgusting. Gross. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I hate it.
Ashley, that is such a strong take, but it's so funny because I can share those sentiments with you, not as strongly as you, but it is sort of like, it's like jarring. It's like, okay.
I don't like it. I don't want it. It's okay.
My God. Just no.
No, he's about to find out right now listening to the podcast. But I do know that I do know though that he feels me, like when he wants me to be the big spoon and we naked, like wiggle my hips away a little bit. Like, oh, don't put your naked ass on me. Please don't put your naked ass on me. Yeah. I don't care what you do, what else you touch me with, anything but your ass. I'll take your feet. I'll take anything.
Take anything but your ass.
But your bare ass, bro. Ugh.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I die. I'm sorry. That is funny. Okay.
Anyways, next question.
Oh my God. You got me. You got me.
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
Okay, since we're talking about naked. Ashley, would you rather have to be naked at work for 1 hour or have to be dropped off a mile from your house and walk naked home?
I mean, naked at my work is crazy. So it's nuts.
Yeah.
So naked at work has to go. So I guess I gotta walk a mile naked.
It's a long mile.
I will just like move, and then it's like you can kind of cover yourself. You keep moving. You can maybe duck behind trees.
Yeah.
Just get home.
I think you might get some sympathy. People might be like, are you okay?
Yeah.
And I also feel like there's something about being naked in front of a stranger.
Yeah.
Versus people you know.
No. Yeah. It's like you're on the street. People are maybe worried about you, like you said. But I show up to work naked and I'm a hoe. So now what?
Just like that.
Just
yeah,
like
you
that.
can't show up to work
Exactly.
naked. Yeah,
No,
that's out.
That's out. So
Yeah.
I guess I gotta walk a mile.
That's funny.
That is funny. I mean, since we're just having sexy time kind of right now.
I guess that's where we are.
I mean, would you rather give up sex or food?
At this point in my life, sex.
Yeah, like it can go. You out. I gotta eat.
Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, I mean, I just see like food is a necessity.
Yeah.
Sex is not a necessity.
No.
I see a lot of older people surviving just fine without sex.
Yeah.
Would I like to do it? No. But if I had the chance, like if I had the choice.
Yeah.
If I had the choice, I'm for sure giving up sex. I mean, it's tricky as someone without kids. I would be giving up that option.
Oh.
But I would die otherwise.
You would. I mean, if you don't eat, you don't live.
Yeah.
So you couldn't even have sex.
Yeah, we can't even make this. We
Yeah.
can't even do.
No.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's easy.
That's easy.
I'm glad we ended on 2 easy questions because the first 2 were tough.
Tricky.
First 2 were tough. Anyways, good to be back on the mic.
Yes.
Ash, I want to remind people that did not hear the episode last week. Mm-hmm. You didn't hear it if you're not a bonus subscriber.
Yep, you got to get the bonus content.
We're going to go ahead and drop the link as it is in every episode description here at the bottom of this description. But come on, join our community. You're getting bonus episodes at least once a month.
Yeah.
And that means you're going to miss a week without hearing from us.
Yeah.
Sorry. So make sure you sign up, become one of our bonus subscribers so you never miss an episode. Don't forget, if you're a listener and you're not watching us on YouTube, we are on YouTube.
We are.
Go to youtube.com/Dear Young Queen. You can find all of our clips. You can find our episodes, all of the good stuff. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you are alerted every time a new video goes up.
I love it when people say, I watched the podcast. Mm-hmm. It makes me happy.
Yeah. Lock in, guys.
Lock in.
Until next week.
Bye.
Bye.